All right, guys, welcome to another podcast here of Eli and Mike. And we want to welcome you an amazing actress in fashion. And she does so many different things and produces movies. Guys, we have the amazing Sandy Aouad here with us today. How are you, Sandy?
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me first. I'm good. How about you guys?
We're good.
We're
We're
fantastic.
doing amazing. Now that you're here, we're doing amazing.
Yes.
So amazing. And I know Mr. Eli just introduced you, but there's so many other things that you do than just those couple of things. And we're going to get into that. We're so excited. But Miss Sandy, where we like to kind of start is, we kind of like want to know where are you from? Talk to us a little bit about your upbringing from the start.
Originally, I'm from Lebanon.
Okay.
I was raised in a village.
All right.
Okay, loves it.
You villagers out there.
Oh my
she knows.
God. This is like, can you tell us a little bit about that though? Like the village.
It's very cute.
Okay.
We used to go down and we cut anything to make a salad. It would
No
be
way.
down there. And I was
Okay.
also raised in Beirut, but I'm from a village. Originally, I was raised in a village. My summers are in a village. And now I live between Paris, Dubai, and Los Angeles.
Oh
so.
my God. This is
Oh, okay,
amazing.
so
oh
hold
my
on.
God,
So
I love this.
from Lebanon to Hollywood to Paris, Dubai. Like what in the? That is a great.
This is a great start.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
a great start. Oh my
But-
God.
And before we get into the Dubai and the Paris and all that, so you mean village as in like there's no like fast food restaurants type thing?
No.
No way.
Is there even plumbing?
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
now I don't know. I don't know. Where I grew up, there was no
Yeah.
plumbing. It was like
Right,
a cup
right.
and water, and that's
Yeah,
your shower.
Wait,
Exactly.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
No, wait. No,
Okay.
we could put it in a bucket,
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
that's not how I expected to start. But we
Okay,
could,
you know what?
we could put it
Uh-huh.
in like you mix the cold with the hot in one big bucket, and then
Okay.
you
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Okay,
But
so
now
yes.
now it's a bit better.
Right.
Okay,
Now it's
that's
a bit
good.
better.
There you go. There you
Definitely.
go.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
no,
I needed to
definitely.
ask.
Just because
No, please
exactly
ask anything.
from Mexico, so, we have to sometimes. What do? We have to get our bucket and then pour it over us, and then hey, you're clean. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
and here we are today in Beverly Hills, and nice and cleaned up as you can tell. You look amazing. You look amazing.
You guys,
Amazing.
I look amazing. I'm loving the suits.
Oh
I'm
my God,
loving the
thank
hair.
you.
I'm
Thank
loving
you.
everything,
Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh.
and I love I don't know how, but your face looks perfectly tanned.
Oh my God! Stop! You're gonna make me so mad. Oh my God! I love you
He
so
takes
much.
care of his face.
Oh my God! Trying to keep up with him and his ritual.
So I'd love to ask you a question.
Yes.
So obviously, we know your age, but a lot of people that do
Mhm.
follow us, they're very young. Sometimes they're developing their careers or understanding what to do in life. So being in your youthful stage, because you're very young,
yes.
if you don't mind elaborating with us, how old you are and how you started your business adventure here in the States.
In the States.
Like, what made you want to come to the States?
I'm 25 years old, and what made me want to come to the States is for the sake of my brand, I wanted to be famous
Okay.
and
Okay.
Hollywood.
Okay.
Got it.
Love that. Love that.
I came because I wanted to be an actress, but trying to build connections with X and Y and Z in order to have a role here or a role there. I figured
Yeah.
that I'm paying way too much money on invitations to these A-class restaurants. So I
Uh-huh.
said, just put the money together, write a script, and produce the movie.
Wow.
Here we
my
are.
gosh.
So I remember seeing your social media, and it looks like you're in some, but you're also the producer.
Yes.
So how is that? How do you differentiate? How do you make the difference? Or actually, more better question is, what do you like more? Do you prefer being behind the screen and being able, telling people what to do and organizing things, or do you prefer being in front of the camera?
I love being in front of the camera, but what excited me the most in all of this was being a producer.
Wow.
Because every day on set, there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, I was going insane. But now, the adrenaline rush I
Yes.
was having,
Uh-huh.
amazing.
I love
Amazing.
that.
And is it because you're more in control of the situation?
I love challenges.
Okay.
And every day it was a challenge because,
Mhm.
when you're producing a movie,
Yes.
the payment of the day is done.
Mhm.
And it's not cheap when
Mhm.
you're paying each person and you
Right.
have a team of. So it depends on the movie.
Many. Yes.
You need to fix the issue because
Mhm.
or else you lost the whole day's money
right.
and the
Mhm.
money's not little.
Right.
That
right.
makes sense.
And
I love
being
the
a-
challenge.
Right. And being an actress, you can only have so much of that control. But being the producer, you're like, well, I'm going to be the one that fixes it. I'm going to have that challenge.
Right.
I'll tell you the challenge with the actresses that because I wrote, produced, and I starred in it.
Wow.
It's very even though I wrote it, it's so hard to put exactly what's in the director's mind,
Mhm.
what's in the writer's mind,
Mm.
and deliver all of that on camera.
Wow.
Hmm.
That is very hard
Wow,
for
that
actors
is
and
hard.
actresses.
Oh my god! So
That's why they
everything-
say I want to link to the script. I want
Mhm.
to be emotionally connected to the script, or I don't even want it.
So
Love
do
that,
you
love
believe
that.
do you believe as a producer, and again, we know a little bit about Hollywood, not as much as we want to know, but enough to understand that being a producer or a director isn't easy. You even said the word challenges, right?
Mhm,
But you
mhm.
enjoy it, which actually, to be a producer or director, you kind of need to be open to the idea of challenges, right?
Not a director.
Okay.
I don't want to take from the because I have an amazing director. I
Okay,
don't want
okay.
to take from
This
his
is
credits.
good. This is
Okay.
good.
Not
Okay.
a director, but yes, a producer.
Producer.
Got it.
Can you tell us a little bit of like what are the differences?
The director needs to be, the producer needs to take care from A to Z with everything going on.
Mhm.
If the director needs the sun to give a pinkish glow,
Mhm.
he needs to look at the screen and be like, there's no pinkish glow. I need the pinkish glow. The
Ah.
producer has to take care of that. Not
Mhm.
him personally, but he's like, okay, who's in charge of lighting, etc.,
Got
etc.
it.
Got it.
Okay,
But the
okay.
director just needs to read the script, imagine it, and make sure whatever he imagined is on the screen. And that is very hard.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So
I
he's
don't
kind
want
of
to
like
take someone's credit.
so he's kind of like the
Mhm,
guy
mhm.
creating the art piece. Like the art piece has to look perfect, and you have to make sure that art piece is provided.
A movie is like a puzzle.
Wow.
Okay.
It sounds so complex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting to have a hard time
Yeah.
understanding, but I can see why it's
But
different.
it's coming
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Some people put the colors in the puzzle to make it hard. Some
Mhm.
people say how the picture of the puzzle. Some people highlight how big or small is the puzzle. And then there's a lot of work. And the producer puts the puzzle together.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Got
Wow.
it. Okay, I love that. I love that. Well, this is like so amazing already, and it's great stuff that you're doing. And obviously, there's so many people out there that are 25 and they want to be a producer, actress, influencer. But also, what we want to go back a little bit also to the village time where did this all start? Like in your mind, where you knew inside of your head, I want to be an actress, I want to be a producer. Did
Mhm.
something spark in your head one day where you're like, this is for me? Or did that happen recently?
Okay. I want to be honest because I
Please.
don't like to sugarcoat things.
Okay, yes.
My father passed away.
Okay.
I got an inheritance from my father.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we ended up in such an amazing podcast that has
Okay.
3 very important topics of life.
Yes.
Real estate. From real estate, I got into the fashion brand I have. From fashion brand, I knew that a celebrity would make the fashion brand more
Mm.
famous.
Yes.
Then I got into Hollywood to be more famous for my brand. When I was in Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
it was all about the numbers making sense.
Yes.
After I got into the business of the show business and all of that, I discovered this is my passion in life.
Mm.
Amazing.
So it was while I was doing it that I said, I don't care if I have to put every last penny of mine and I have to connect with the whole wide world. This is
Amazing.
my passion in life.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So this came after, it wasn't something where you were a young girl and you're like, I'm going to be an actress, I'm going to be a producer. This came later on.
This is gonna sound very silly, but
Okay.
I always wanted to be famous, and
Oh my
USA was
God.
always
I feel it.
USA was always. I'm not famous yet.
You are totally famous. Like I'm turning
Well,
red
hold on.
because
She's,
you're so famous.
this is
Like,
coming from someone who's got four
oh my
million
God.
followers.
Yeah, she
Let's-
has 4 million followers.
let's be
Millions
real here.
of views. Like and you are so famous. Like oh my god.
But on the
But-
other side of the
Okay.
world.
Okay. Okay.
But you know what? It doesn't matter where, as long as people know you and you're creative and you're always producing
Yeah.
something.
I-
It's
You guys are so humble
No, and
and
it's
very
true.
sweet.
Like we're on the way here today on the drive, and we were so excited. We're like, oh my god, we get to meet her. Like you are like a celebrity.
I
guys,
was so
and just-
excited I showed you guys to my Uber driver.
Okay. Oh my god, I love it. There you go. Oh my
that's
god.
cool.
Hopefully he thought we were cool. And,
Yes.
Okay, there you go. And actually, this is an amazing topic as well that we have to kind of rewind to again. So yes, producing, acting, but the connection between all 3 of us here, which is so amazing, is that we all did mortgages at one time. I'm still doing mortgages. We're part of the mortgage lenders, but you actually did mortgages, I believe, in Dubai. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
So
that's
it's not only producing, it's not only acting. Mortgages is something that you have to be so intelligent because of the numbers that are printed. It's math, you guys.
right.
And this is something that you are a professional at as well. Can you tell us about that?
That's my niche.
Oh,
Oh, I like that.
Oh
See,
my
niche.
gosh.
See,
You're
no,
talking
she
to the
even-
right
She even
people.
knows the language.
right. Oh my God, for real.
Yeah, the niche.
And yeah, tell us about that journey.
I will tell you something.
Okay.
In Dubai,
Yes.
having a credit card takes away 5% of your mortgage. So if they're gonna give you 60%, they're gonna give you 55%. Unlike in the US,
Mhm.
where no credit cards, you don't exist, no credit score.
Right.
Wow, that's such a
That's
different
the
thing.
opposite.
That
Do,
is
do
totally
you
opposite.
do you understand the economics of that? Is there a reason why, in your experience as being someone out there, why that would
They
be?
believe that, not they, I think
Mhm.
how it's working there is
Okay.
that
Okay.
if you are an employee, they're trusting that at the end of the month you have a salary coming. So they even give you up to 80%
Okay.
in the UAE, in Dubai, in Emirates.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are someone that needs a credit card, then you need debt to pay your bills. So how could you also, on top of the debt you're using for your bills, pay your debt that you're using? You get it? This is how
Yes.
I believe. Not I
Mhm.
believe. This is how it
Mhm,
is.
mhm.
This is why they take 5%.
Mm-hmm.
And I want every percentage I could have.
Right. Right.
So it's such a different
Every
philosophy,
percent,
right?
every
Because
percent,
in the
right.
mortgage business, we obviously
Yes.
need, like you said, we need that credit. We need that FICO score to determine your ability to repay debt.
Because they believe credit cards is bad debt. Even though, oh, I can pay up front, I can
Right.
take advantage of the point to get
Right.
the tickets to book. Credit card is bad debt,
Mm.
and mortgages
Uh-huh.
is very smart debt. I call it free money.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
I love that because, and I hear that all the time as well, that in Dubai or Emirates, that having, yes, that's correct, that having credit cards is a bad thing, and it's totally opposite because over here we're like trying to get Amexes, gold, silver, black, like whatever you can get. But
In Dubai, if you make $10,000 a month, you can get the silver American Express card like that.
wow.
So now
Wow.
I'm applying. I'm
Okay.
becoming American.
You know American Express.
I'm becoming
calling.
American because
There
I'm
you
applying
go.
to the American Express.
Okay.
In America, you need a
Uh-huh.
credit. You
Oh,
need
yeah.
a credit.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
it's such a
exactly.
topic here.
Because
You
when
know,
they're like,
you
you
know.
do have a credit score, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I have bank statements that are good, and they're like, no.
Mhm. Yeah.
a little bit different for sure. And so how did you get into the mortgage world? Because you are, you know, like you said, when you were growing up, you were meant to be
Yeah.
famous, and you are. But again, in our world of mortgages and real estate, you know, it's not really every day that you see like a celebrity mortgage or a real estate agent.
Right.
And you're a celebrity, so how did you get into the mortgage world?
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to mom. Shout
Hey,
out to
mother.
mom. We love you.
Does she actually watch your content?
Yes, she
Oh my
does.
god,
Okay,
and she
that's
yay,
loves
we
good.
love
it.
you. Oh my god.
She loves it.
Okay.
I love my mom as well.
Mom.
She's
Oh
my
my
biggest
God.
cheerleader. I love her.
That's
Did she come with you
amazing.
here, or?
We're working on her American visa, but she
There you
visits me
go.
so much in France.
Okay.
Love it.
However, she has her own business. She gets containers from.
Okay.
She's her own
Okay.
There you
business
go. Oh my
entrepreneur
God.
for the
I
past
see.
35 years.
Oh,
No
okay, so she's
way.
got it.
Oh my
She's
god.
amazing. When my father passed away, she's
Okay,
like,
yes.
"You guys
I'm
go."
sorry to hear this.
Thank you.
sorry to hear
She
that.
said, "You guys have an inheritance. Don't spend it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is the money's gonna finish.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in real estate. That's not my money. That's your money. So it's not like, well,
Wow. Yes. Of
I'm not gonna
course.
say the sentence that came. The filter just told me don't say it.
okay, there you go. It stopped you.
Yes, but she said that's your money, not my money. But invested wisely,
Yes.
and then if you invest it in real estate, it's gonna get you money till forever.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I said, okay, but
Mhm.
if I'm gonna invest this inheritance into one real estate, it's not going to make sense. That's how I discovered the mortgage world,
Wow.
Okay. Love it.
and I love the mortgage world
Oh my
because
god. You're giving me
one,
the chills.
it's not about the beautiful real estate. I know we all want it. I know we all want the
Yes.
beautiful
Yes.
Right.
view.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the one that gets you the money. This is the one that gets you the life we all want with a
Right.
beautiful.
Right.
What gets the money is the high ROI.
Mm-hmm. The return over investment, right?
Oh
And
my
this is
God.
how I got into all of this.
Wow. This is so
Fantastic.
amazing to hear because
know,
this
and-
is what we live for.
Yeah, and
You know?
and a lot of people that watch, they don't understand the physics of, okay, what do we have to do to create wealth, instead of like, yeah, because you can make money. There's a difference between I want to get rich, I want to make money, and there's wealth, right? Wealth means something you can hold on to and pass it through legacy.
I love that. This needs to go viral.
Oh my god, right.
Exact thing.
I
No,
love
exactly, and I feel like you're doing that, and you're creating your empire, and you've only been in America for how many years?
In America, this is the second year.
Second year.
Wow.
And
Oh
and
my
and,
gosh.
and you actually articulate very well in English. Did you
Wow.
learn some of that out there, or
Disney Channel.
No way.
You're not even kidding, are you?
Shout
No.
out to the Disney Channel.
I'm not joking. That is not a
Oh my
joke.
God.
and you
Disney
guys watch
Channel.
it? You guys watch the Disney Channel? I
So
know it.
you learned English by watching like the Disney Channel.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
my
Hannah
God.
Montana.
We love Hannah
Zack
Montana.
and Cody. Like
Okay.
these things.
Okay. Oh my God,
Okay.
this is so amazing.
Wow, I love that.
And that's what I actually have in the last year or two. We have become friends with a lot of people from all around the world that are living here in America now,
Right.
and they've only been living here for like a couple of years. And I always ask them that question: how do you know English so well? And they're like, all we did was watch novellas or TV shows or Nickelodeon or Disney Channel. So this is like the fifth person that has told us this. So it must be, what it is.
Definitely.
So curving a little bit about fashion, right? So obviously, me and Mike, we do a lot of hosting and sponsor different fashion shows. Like we just sponsored the Metropolitan Fashion Show, and we do Runway as well. But looking into your social media, you have this energy that you present yourself with your fashion, with your beautiful dresses, and you guys can look her up. Her social media platforms right there. So explain to us, like, how did you get into fashion, and is it one of your fortes in your life right now?
Ever since I was young, I used to be obsessed with getting like a super glue
Mhm.
and cutting small. It looked bad on the Barbie, but from
Oh my
my
God.
point of view, it looked
Right.
amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Fashion is something I think that some girls are really into, and I'm one of these girls that are really into fashion.
Love it. Love it.
It started ever since I was very, very young.
Okay.
And that's pretty, like it just I'm the typical old-fashioned dressing the Barbies up.
Oh, love it. Love it.
This
Who
is
is-
me.
Okay.
Who is your most iconic model or person or designer that you just kind of love and follow?
I'll tell you something.
Mhm.
I have international ones in mind, and I have Lebanese ones in mind, and I don't want to state one,
I love that.
not the other.
Okay, I love that.
Because,
I
yeah.
love that.
Because I'd like to state the Lebanese one because it's my country, but also I love the international one.
Got
So I'd rather, there are a lot of talented people out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I
love
always
that.
say there's enough success and money for everyone. Like money's
Okay.
printed in the banks. There's enough for everyone.
I love that saying. And actually, we were speaking about, buying properties and mortgages. And I love that information that you gave the audience a moment ago, because a lot of people here in America, and you've only been here for 2 years, even people here in America think that the American dream is a beautiful home with a white picket fence and, a nice backyard, when in reality, so much people in America go and do that, but they don't go the route where it will make them money, which is the properties that are not so beautiful, the properties that will bring you an ROI. And I had to bring this back up because, again, we're in mortgages and real estate, and anyone who may be watching this podcast, maybe in another part of the world, maybe Lebanon or anywhere, just not here in America, don't be fooled by America giving you that concept of the American dream, of that white picket fence, of that beautiful little home, because even people in America get fooled, and that's their first purchase. They go and do that, and sometimes for the rest of their life, that's their only purchase, and then they don't have this huge return on investment, like the neighbor who went and bought the ugly home next door that maybe was a duplex or triplex, and then they were able to 10 times their money rather than maybe 2 times their money with a regular American dream type property. So don't be fooled by the American dream. It's an amazing picture to think of, but you could actually have your own American dream and create it on your own if you just go out there and you do what people are not doing, if that makes any sense.
I'll tell you what you could do. You could invest in these properties that are not nice, and that is my personal advice. I'm not saying other people say that. And then from the income that you get from these mortgages that are there for you for the next 25 years, it's there forever.
Yes.
You could, from that investment, and when you're actually making, excuse me for this word, fuck you money,
There you go. Yes.
You could-
Loves it.
you could rent that
Yes.
beautiful house.
Right.
Right.
Rent it.
Exactly. Yes.
One day you want to rent it in Beverly Hills. The second day you want to rent it in Hawaii. The third day in Dubai. The fourth day in Paris. But
love
don't get
this.
a big, unless Unless you're like a triple-digit millionaire.
Exactly.
Do whatever you want by
Right,
then.
right. At that point, okay.
We need
You
to listen
know,
to your
right,
advice.
right. Call us.
And
call
a lot
us.
of people do that. Even my first home was the house. And I
Right.
made the mistake because I was so young at the time. I'm like,
Yes.
I'll bet the house, and I didn't invest.
Mhm.
Even though we made a lot of equity and it all worked
Of
out in
course.
some aspect, but I could have bought 3 or 4 or 5 properties and
Right.
continued investing. So I'm
Exactly.
a living example of making that original mistake of buying the dream home, when in reality, when you're growing, you buy properties to invest to get an ROI, and you keep building and building, and maybe cash them out and buy units or commercial properties, and you keep growing to create that legacy wealth. And that's the biggest thing, the biggest mistake people have is they
Mhm.
just want that beautiful house they can live in already and feel like
Yeah.
tell all their friends, hey, I got that nice house over there, you want to come over?
Mhm.
Versus like, I got this beat up property that I'm still putting together, but at least it's going to give them a future investment. And I think that's great advice, because you're coming from a different country, you already understand what it requires to make wealth, which is real estate. That's one part of business, right? Obviously there's stocks and other things that we're not really into, but there's so many ways to make money, but it's just there's a strategy for it, you know?
And you're only 25, so this is so amazing. Oh my god.
I
And
want.
you don't have to. It's okay. You don't have to tell us the exact number, but obviously you own properties of your own, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, love it. So 25 years old, you guys. I mean, you could literally own a property. Can I ask you, are those properties in America?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. But
hey,
all of them are
doesn't
in
matter.
Dubai. I'll tell you what. The next one
Okay.
should be in France.
Wow.
Let's say it
Okay.
this way.
Okay.
I
So
love that.
cut.
Hey, amazing. So then, for the audience, like if they're the younger audience, at least if they're watching, do you have any advice for them on getting a property? Like, do you just pull the trigger? Like, what do you?
Yes. I'm gonna say this is the cheat code. You cannot go wrong with that. And you need 3 to 4 years. 2 to 3 years. Go to ChatGPT, put in ask it, what's the high ROI places? Any places that highlight the expensive thing, remove it. Any place that you're like, maybe I'll live there, maybe I wouldn't, keep it. And any place that highlights high ROI, but you feel like you as someone that lives there, you know that people don't, like university students, normal families don't live there, also remove it. You're going to end up with one city. Invest in that. At some point, after you do more than one mortgage, you could do top up on your actual mortgage. You could get extra mortgage because the banks trusted you. By then, you're not even putting liquid cash anymore. You're taking the top up from the mortgages you paid. You're giving the bank the mortgage, the payment. So the bank trusts you more. He's going to give you more and more money because your wealth is more. Once that is done, you do a top up. So you use the top up as the down payment. You use the mortgage, free property. The next free property is just from there, it's endless. Another thing, and that is a huge cheat code.
That is amazing.
Newcastle in Britain is the next city to be big. Everyone there is students, university students.
Wow.
Now you can buy townhouses for £80,000,
Wow.
£90,000.
Okay.
You can rent them for £750. Maybe the money for you is not that much, but once you put £80,000, you can go to the bank, take equity release. The bank is going to give you 90%. Take that money, put 5,000,
Wow.
£10,000, buy another one. If you
Amazing.
do that endlessly, this is how you become a
Oh my
multi-millionaire.
I love that.
I'm
And
sorry, I
She
spoke
just
too
gave
much.
you guys the cheat codes.
guys,
Like, are you guys watching?
Even
this?
we just recorded the cheat code.
No, like
So-
I'm like about to go to Britain. Like, this is amazing. Like,
You
oh
go to my
God.
Instagram. I was in Newcastle.
Oh my god.
And just for
Wow.
people to know, what is pounds? How do you convert that into American dollar?
That's kind of hard.
Or actually, do you know what 80 pounds would be in American dollars?
Like $90, $99, $95, $90, $90. Let's go with that.
Okay.
No, okay.
No,
And
got
we
it.
wait.
could always pull it up.
Wait.
We could always pull it up.
Wait
on
a
the screen.
second.
No worries. No worries. Wow, that was a cheat code, you
90
guys. I mean,
Pounds in dollars. $117. I'm sorry.
okay,
Okay.
there you go.
Okay, there you go. It's just a little bit more.
Okay,
Yes.
a little
yes, yes,
higher right here.
definitely. Wow, so
Well-
that is like an extreme cheat code. People sleep on this all the time when there's somebody that gives you advice. They think it's just like, oh, like that's like a great idea.
Mhm.
But when you really go and act on these type of things, like she just said, she just made you guys a millionaire. I know it sounds crazy, but when you take action, little actions like this is what creates you to be a millionaire. And at 25 years old, you can do this as
Right.
well. It's amazing.
But what proves it, because I know that there's a lot of people that speak on social media. I do
Uh-huh.
have the golden visa from Dubai, and on the golden visa, I'll show you guys later on,
Okay.
it says property owner.
Wow.
So to get that, you need to make a certain type of investment,
Mhm.
Got it.
and that's kind of a proof, because you know social media these days.
Right.
Of
and
course.
are we allowed to ask you a little bit about this golden? It's called
You
golden.
can ask
I
anything.
love you so much. Okay, so it's called golden.
Golden visa.
Golden visa. Can you talk to us about that? Sounds
This
amazing.
is so in UAE, and I believe UAE is also the land of opportunities.
Okay.
The highest type of residency you could get is the golden visa.
Okay.
There are different types of golden visas.
Wow.
The one I got is
Okay.
property owner.
Okay.
And
And this is the highest.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
And yeah, you basically need to invest a certain amount of money,
Amazing.
and once you invest in real estate, once you
Uh-huh.
invest that, they give it to you.
And the golden visa is like all access throughout the country or throughout the world. Is that what it allows you to do? Or
No.
It'll
no,
just
it
allow
just-
you to live
It
there,
allows,
buy there.
but you also have perks.
Mhm.
Okay. Got
But
it.
it's not like a passport.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
uh-huh.
I see. I see. Okay,
Okay,
got it.
okay. Do you have to buy a certain amount of real estate out there to get that golden visa?
You need to spend a certain amount
Oh,
of money.
spend them.
Okay,
I
got
think
it.
it's a Google search away.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want
there
to
you
jump
go.
into that
right,
because
right, exactly. No,
you never know when
definitely.
people are seeing it. You never know if the country changed it to more,
Yes.
to less. So I don't want to state a number.
Yes, definitely.
that.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I know. Let's.
Sorry, in
No.
cash, not in mortgages.
Oh, got it. So in
Yes.
assets, like you have to
Yeah,
have.
in
okay.
actual cash, liquid cash from you.
Okay,
in order
got
to
it.
get
So I have a question for you. So you're also in. I believe you're going to be in the movie soon, right? It's coming out next year in 2025, and it's called Beauty of Poverty.
Oh my
Did I-
God,
did I
beauty
say
of
it right?
poverty.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine how many questions I want to ask you about this movie. Just the
Right.
name alone kind of tells me already the story and the plot.
Yes.
But
so many things in the
let-
mind.
Yeah. So let's elaborate. If I want you to take the moment and explain the whole idea behind the movie.
Yes, please.
I've lived as a poor person, and I had a beautiful childhood. It wasn't bad. I've lived as I am living now, and I've had the middle class.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot I had enough with movies showing that happiness comes from wealth, and sadness and disastrous things, excuse my vocab, comes from poverty.
Yes.
And I wanted the movie to highlight that the opposite. Like, even there's a part where I'm highlighting a social issue, which is I'm sick of highlighting, okay, if you're poor family, your father is a drug addict, your
Mhm.
mother is alcoholic,
Mhm.
or that is not the
Mhm.
truth. The
Right.
poor families have the fathers and the mothers that are ready to kill themselves for the kids. And
Mhm.
there's a narrative I saw growing up. And me personally, I've had a beautiful childhood, and we didn't have a beautiful house, we didn't have whatever.
Mhm.
So I wanted the movie to highlight that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
That is so
Wow.
beautiful. Like, I literally have the chills. I want to like cry because it's so beautiful.
Right.
Literally,
thank you.
you know, and I think what you're doing is so amazing because yes, you do hear from people who have low, families where it was very hard for them. There was abuse, there was alcohol
Mhm.
issues or drugs or whatever it may
But
be.
these also exist in wealthy
Oh
families.
yeah. Oh my God. Sometimes even more. It maybe is just not talked about so much. And I think what I'm trying to say is that the people who go through those issues, they are talked about a lot because usually when somebody goes through a traumatic experience, it's talked about a lot.
Mhm.
Now, obviously, you're coming from kind of the same type of household, not the drugs or the abuse or anything like that, but the poor aspect of it. And you're sitting here today saying how beautiful your childhood was.
I had beautiful.
I mean, that is so. I mean, I literally have the chills now. Again, it goes back to, you have this beautiful life. And yes, it may have been a little bit hard, but it was beautiful. Sometimes people who have those lives are not as outspoken as people who maybe had a
Mhm.
lot of abuse or that type of thing. So you don't hear about it a lot.
Bruno Mars speaks beautifully about his upbringing and the fact that they were poor but happy.
That's so
And I love that
Right.
about him.
That is so beautiful. I think we need to hear this more.
He
from
even went
people.
and showed them, like, this is where I used to live.
Wow.
But he spoke so beautifully about
That's
it
beautiful.
and about his family.
That's beautiful.
And I can recollect living in that beauty of poverty
Mhm.
feeling because I also grew up happy,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't rich. I wasn't wealthy. I was living in some shambly looking property, and My parents
Mhm.
did the best they could. They both worked, and I remember playing marbles in the backyard with mud, and I was the happiest person in the world.
Me too.
No way,
And
I
it was like
love
the
it,
best thing in the
though.
world. I'm like, oh my god, I
Oh
have
my
everything I
God.
need.
Yeah.
But like you said, beauty of poverty
It's
actually
so
makes
sad
absolute
when your
sense.
neighbor wins
Mhm.
your marbles.
Yeah.
No.
Or when they steal
Oh
them.
my God.
Or when they steal them, they're like, "Where's my
Wow.
marbles at?" And then you see them the next day
Your
having them.
favorite one. Your favorite.
Oh, it's always
one.
the big one too. They take the best one, with
But
the best
this
colors.
is what I mean. So like, you guys come from maybe a family where you guys are so calm and happy with your lives. You're kind of not out there screaming to the world, like, and I'm not saying every person who went through a bad life as a child is out there screaming to the world that they went through a bad life. It's just more known because sometimes they are a little bit more vocal, but the individuals who really had a beautiful life, but it was still poor, you don't really hear them every day screaming that this was the most beautiful life, but it was poor. But this is what you guys are saying today, and that is what needs to be heard more in the world because, like you said, most families who are in that level, they
Mhm.
are happy just like you two. And
Right.
you know, it's just amazing to be sitting here with both of you guys who have this feeling because I, you know, live with Mr. Eli, and it's very true. When I ask him about his past, it's never anything that he'll come up and be like, oh, it was so hard. But I know, because I know his life, that it was a very, you know, playing with marbles in the dirt type thing. So, but I sit there and I watch him, I'm like, wow, he's so happy with his life that he came up with. And that's what you just told us today. So thank you for sharing that. That's like so heartwarming.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, wow.
Honestly, thank you as well for
Mhm,
mentioning the
mhm.
marbles and connecting on that
Yeah,
level.
No,
that's
of
so
course. I
beautiful.
feel like the movie makes so much sense to me, and I think a lot of people don't have money. I mean, I think there's a statistic of how many Americans or anybody in the world, how much money they have in their bank account.
Right, right,
I
right.
think we were researching that almost nobody has even $1,000 in their bank. So I feel like the concept of finding the beauty in wherever you're at in life, it's a better way of knowing to accept that life happens for you, not to you. And I think that's the way people should live their life and accept the fact, hey, whatever happened is happening for a bigger greatness, a bigger cause for you, no matter what it is, even if it's death, if it's illness, if it's sickness, something in that you're going to endure promotes something that's going to come to you better in life.
But it's also not a podcast where we're saying, oh, money doesn't matter, money is
Right.
the source of all evil.
Mhm,
Evil is evil anywhere.
Yes.
Right.
But money makes life easier.
Yes.
Like he said, my
Correct.
parents did the best for me.
Mhm,
Imagine two people
mhm,
working and dedicating their life for you.
Right.
That is amazing.
Amazing.
But you would love to make so much money and be like, you know what, now that my parents worked so hard, I want to spoil them. But
Yes.
that is not connected with a happy
Mhm.
or sad childhood or a
Mhm.
happy or sad life.
Right.
Right.
Because I don't want to just
Exactly.
highlight, oh, I don't care about money.
Right.
No, money is but it's
Yes.
not connected.
Your concept
Wow.
is two people coming together to take care of you. How do you take care of them? You know,
This
especially
is
if
one
it's your
part of it. I
parents.
just wanted to make an
Yes.
example.
No, that's
I love
beautiful.
that.
That's
How
beautiful.
do you associate yourself with your social media page? So we actually have two pages. We have our real estate and mortgage page and podcast, and we also have our social media page. So did something happen where, because let's be real, you have 4 million plus followers. It's not easy at all.
And millions of views.
And millions of views. So it's a
many-
legit page. It's not like you went in,
Yes.
I'm going to buy a bunch of bots.
Mhm.
You did your work, you did your research,
Right.
and you put in your hours. How do you spend so much time doing what you do, mortgages,
Mhm.
I'm sure you got producing movies, acting,
Fashion.
filming,
Oh my
fashion,
gosh.
and still
And
have
only
time,
25.
Yeah, and,
Sorry, I had to say that.
and still have time to find a moment to record some social media. Do you have a camera guy? What exactly? How do you put that together?
I'm still putting it together.
Okay. There you go.
When it comes to social media, the beauty in my social media is that I started before my father passed away,
Mhm.
before all of that. So if you go to my TikTok,
Mhm.
and my Instagram is the one with the 4.1 million.
Yes.
But if you go down to my TikTok, all the way down, you see me in Kenya doing volunteer work. And if you keep on scrolling up, you see how I got better and better and better. How I used to like be so happy
Mhm.
with taking a picture with
Okay.
a Louis Vuitton bag
Okay. Love it. Love it. Yes.
to now
Uh-huh.
walking the red carpet of Cannes. It's there.
Yes.
Wow.
And everyone from where I come from look at this and be like, I had a DM a few days ago. She's
Mhm.
like, I watched you ever since I was 14.
Wow.
I'm 18 now. And because of you, I believe that I can do anything I want.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Because it's the reality, it's there, it's
Yeah,
documented step by
right.
step.
Wow.
And every time I do something, even if it's a story or even if it's a whatever it is, I don't try to make it look perfect.
Mhm.
At some point, I was posting so much
Uh-huh.
face-tuned pictures. You can go back in my Instagram.
Okay,
you can see it.
okay.
But now I'm
Uh-huh.
like, there are all of these people actually watching me.
Yes.
So what keeps me, even at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., to post these things are all of these comments and DMs about them watching me. And now I have a whole archive of how I did it. When I went to
Wow.
Dubai, when I got my visa, when I...
No way.
Everything.
So the comments are kind of driving you, your people that are watching you, giving you these
Even
amazing...
if I affected one person in 4 years, that's all I want.
My gosh, I keep
This is
getting
why.
the chills. This is like so amazing. Like, oh my
And
gosh.
it's so
Thank you.
empowering. We actually can sit here and absorb what you're saying. Like I get it, because we
Yes.
also, when we get those comments, obviously you're gonna get hate comments, and that's okay. Because it's like I said, it's for you, not against you.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I delete them.
Okay, there you go. I love it. I'm gonna start doing this because
That's-
sometimes I leave them, but I'm like, I'm gonna start deleting these. Like, I love
You
all the
deleted
good
one today,
comments.
actually.
Yeah,
Not- it
Sometimes
wasn't
you
for us,
guys
but-
are very mean.
Right,
And
right.
I would
exactly.
be crying, and then I
You
read the
know.
mean comment, and I cry more.
Right. No more mean comments. No more mean comments.
You guys know who you are too.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
feel like
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
like I feel like we can connect to that, because there's so much energy we get off our people that watch us, from lives, from TikTok, from anything on any social media platform. Because just like you're producing the movie,
Yes.
social media is another facet of how people can communicate with you. Kind of like TV used to be. Let's be real, nobody really watches TV anymore. It's either YouTube or some kind of Google thing of some kind, or social media. It's right on your phone. So I feel like that's why now we have this presence now where people that are probably younger, because millennials and there's other generations, can't even name them anymore,
Right.
and they are learning so much from us
Mhm.
doing what we do best, right? So people, like you said, the female that said, hey, I've been watching you since I was 14 and now she's 18.
Right.
Could you imagine if you weren't present?
We're gonna put this as a screenshot
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
somewhere here.
Right. Right.
Somewhere
We're gonna
here.
see. Oh my God. We'll see
So-
you soon.
So it's just that's the power now that we all can provide to people. Is this video that we're
Mhm.
recording? Podcasting is it's a way to pass a message of people's knowledge, just like the knowledge you have, are passing it to people. And it's so fascinating that you get to do it in different countries, and then now you're here in America, and now you're continuing that
Right.
legacy that your mom started with, that
Mhm.
I'm sure your dad was involved in that process, and here you are now, just radiating with that energy, you know.
Mhm.
It's
Thank
so
you.
cool.
Yeah. Worldwide. You are worldwide, which is so amazing.
We're not worldwide yet. We might be, maybe with
Worldwide.
you.
Yeah, we're not worldwide. You are. And you know, one.
They are too humble.
No.
That is not true.
It
They're
is
more
so
accomplished
true.
than me.
No, this
They're
is
just
so
being
true.
humble.
This is so, and she's one thing I'm about to ask is, wow, so the Cannes Film Festival.
Mm.
This is something where you are a local or a regular on the Cannes.
regular.
So I used to
Yes.
see this when I was
Wow.
younger, because I always felt like, for me, I wanted to be some type of influencer or something as well. So
Uh-huh.
the Cannes Film Festival to me was always like, oh my gosh, that is like the place if you
Right.
make it. And so when you were on this red carpet where only celebrities are invited, A-listers, like this is such an amazing place to be. It's an accomplishment, really. Did you have like an awe moment, and did you feel like, okay, I made it?
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, you do feel that.
Yeah.
feeling.
Okay.
When you're walking on the carpet,
Yes.
first you see the reality.
Okay.
It's not all sparkling,
Mm-hmm.
but you still say, "How am I here?
Mhm.
How am I walking the
Wow.
Cannes red carpet opening ceremony? Not just." And each time it's the opening ceremony and then some Hollywood movie, and these are the
Mhm.
hardest two to be on.
Hardest.
But you know what? I hope next May you guys would be in the Martinez and you'll see all of the celebrities. And
Okay.
you guys with these suits, I'm like,
Oh my God.
they belong in the
Oh my
south of
God.
France.
There
They
you
belong
go.
there.
Oh my God,
Hello,
yes.
thank
But
you.
yeah, you do
No.
have that.
Yeah. That's so amazing.
My first red carpet, I was
Mhm.
crying because nobody took a video of me on the red carpet. They just took
No.
pictures.
Oh my God.
Ah.
Oh, but
So the
okay.
first 20 minutes inside watching the movie, because that's basically it. I'm
Okay.
like,
No.
and there's a guy sitting next to me. He's like, why is this woman crying? And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, and I'm calling, like, no one took a video.
No.
What's
They
the
missed
point?
out. They missed out. That would have been the best video. Oh my
Yeah.
God. But yeah, from villages to red carpets. And again, these are just not regular red carpets. We've been on a few ourselves, but not the Canes. And that is just so phenomenal. And I have to bring this up because again, it's because of the hard work you have put
Mhm.
in and accomplished. It's not just, she showed up on a red carpet and
Right.
looked beautiful. I mean, that is all work. And even when you're there, most people are just seeing somebody beautiful in a dress and on a red carpet. You're there and you're also working. You know, that is work, and nobody really realizes that. But when we have these conversations that we're having now, that's when they kind of get to see the insight. And I just want to just say bravo, because honestly, like, that is an extreme place to be, and you were on that red carpet. But that actually brings me up to my next question. We've been talking this whole time. Everything's been so amazing, it seems like, in your life, and even in
because you both are very nice
oh
hosts.
my
Thank
God,
you.
Very
thank
kind.
you. Oh my God,
These people are very kind. It's not just on camera.
We love you so much,
And they give you free donuts.
Yeah, we do. We definitely we have the donuts, and we'll eat one with you. So
The way to my heart is my tummy.
oh my God, I love it. I love it. Same here, though. Same here. And so then obviously this next question will be just a little bit more tough, but I know everything has been so amazing, but even people who are amazing, they go through a time sometimes where everything's going so amazing, and then they just wake up one day and maybe it's not going amazing, and you're like, I don't even want to get out of bed. This is just a really hard day for me. Have you had one of those days, and how did you get yourself out of bed that day? Because we put in a lot of work. I know there has to have been maybe a bad day, or maybe there wasn't.
Okay. I'm gonna give a very soon example.
Yes.
Okay.
I've been very sad the past 2 weeks, and I've been in
Wow.
bed the past 2 weeks. And Eli and Mike
Oh my God.
got me to be here, and I'm very
Oh my
flattered.
God.
And
no
yesterday I
way.
said, I looked at my Instagram. I'm like, I have to look like this tomorrow. You guys literally got me to get out of bed. I went outside. I bought new clothes.
Which it looks
Oh,
delicious.
hold on, wait. We have to show your shoes. We have to.
And don't
Oh
change
my
it.
God,
Look at
they're
these guys.
delicious. Oh
Okay,
my God.
wow.
With a little
It
chain.
even has a
Wait.
little lock on it.
Wait, hold
No
on.
way,
Hold
it
on.
has a lock and key.
No way.
Okay, this is everything. We love
It
locks
unlocks.
and we love keys. So
That
this
is the
like
best.
the best shoes to wear. Oh my
Thank you,
God. It was
thank
meant
you.
to be,
No.
meant to be.
And I
Oh
did
my
a
God.
facial.
Oh
And I did my
God.
lashes. And honestly, the newest thing was kindness. They are very kind. Even I had a phone call with them to just prepare for everything. Of course, we need to prepare.
Mhm,
And kindness gets you out.
mhm.
That is what gets me out every time.
Oh my God.
But
Wow.
2 weeks in bed, and yesterday I just freshened up myself, all of that. And you know, yesterday I did the whole thing bath with like,
Uh-huh.
and that is it. It's like kindness. We
Oh
need
my
to be kind
God.
to each other.
Wow.
Yesterday, his name I think is Ryan.
Uh-huh.
And he did a facial for me, and he was so kind. And I'm like, and that person doesn't know how sad I am, but he
mhm.
was so kind.
Oh my
Wow.
I'm like,
God.
And then I told him, you're so kind. You don't know what's going on, but thank you.
Oh my God.
So it's
Wow.
kindness. For me, it's kindness.
Wow.
But that can
Wow.
that message though. I mean, the idea of having kindness is probably everything. I mean,
Mhm.
even beyond making that dollar, or beyond having real estate, or being in the practice of business or social media, people being nice and just like being really open-minded and open arms and feeding you donuts, like
oh my God.
that alone can take people to wake up and say, hey, I have a reason, I have a purpose. Because we've been there, we've had our bad days. We don't want to get up, especially him.
Wow,
You don't want to get
right.
out of
For
bed.
real stuff.
They don't want to get out of bed. I'm a very positive person. I think because I'm a little older than him. So for me, I'm just like, I've been through so many trials and tribulations that I feel like it's meant for you. I have a bad day. I'm like, it's a bad day. It's okay. I can go through it. And where versus many of you guys can wake up and be like, I'm having a horrible day. I can't even go to look at my teacher or my partner or my fiance or husband or wife or kids because maybe you got into an argument or something, right? But the fact is, like what you said, if people can just be so kind, like that message alone that you said, kindness can get you out of bed.
Wow.
I mean, think
Wow.
about that. That
Like,
should be a slogan
Their
on some
kindness
building.
got me out of bed.
Oh my
Yesterday,
God.
she was, I don't know, a lady called me and she was double checking if I'm still on. And,
Yes, yes.
and she was so kind and nice and positive in her voice. And
Aw,
we
we love
need
you,
that
Scarlett.
vibe and energy. So I will
Love it.
repeat it. The last
Yes.
time it was you guys and
Mhm.
your kindness.
Oh, I love
And
it.
here I am today.
Oh my God. Yeah, we
Yay.
love it. We love it. I feel it. And I know the audience behind the camera could feel your message right now. That was so beautiful. I felt that in the bottom of my heart.
So we talked about the bad times. So let's talk about
Yes.
something great. So you're
Yes.
25.
Yes.
And it's probably a hard question because you probably have no idea where you're going to go in the future of your entire life. But let's talk about the next 5 years. So within the next 5 years, I'm sure you maybe contemplated or thought about what is the next big thing that me, Sandy, could do that is something astronomical or maybe something big that you've been wanting to accomplish. Have you put an idea together what you think where you want to be 5 years from now?
I'm going to answer it. And if you guys think this answer is not going to be good, I can repeat it.
no, no.
That is true that I am very much accomplished I personally can go inside these stores and buy whatever I want. I have the house. I really, really want to have a family.
Aw, see?
My God.
That's great.
But I'm afraid this is gonna be controversial because I don't want to
God, it
be
totally is.
controversial.
It totally is.
No. Well, look,
No.
I really want to
Wow.
have a family.
that's
This is
fantastic.
so beautiful.
And you
I
know what?
love kids
Oh my God.
and
this
like
is
the
so
family and
beautiful.
all of that.
Oh my God. Are you? And can I ask you right now? Are you single? Can I ask you this?
It's complicated.
It's complicated. Okay, I love.
Okay.
Great answer.
That's a- I
But
like
No,
that.
wait, I'll rephrase that.
Okay, okay,
Before you have a ring on your finger, do not date multiple men. That is wrong.
okay.
That is wrong.
There you go.
But before, I'm different. I'm from the Middle East. You know,
Okay.
if you're serious,
Mhm.
call my mom. Not to marry
Mhm.
me, but just
Okay.
I'm not gonna. Just don't have fun with me.
You know,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is
You
to
get
be
just.
serious.
Are you? Am I gonna meet your parents?
Right.
Or are we gonna go out?
You know? Are
for
you gonna call
5
her
years.
mom? Are you gonna call her mom?
It's not about calling my mom. Oh, I'm
Mhm.
gonna marry your daughter. It's
Mhm.
like, hello, how are you? Just say hi. Are you gonna say hi to my mom?
That is the best.
Yeah,
advice
that's
ever.
it. So-
you know.
So it's complicated, and
Okay.
yes, but do not date two men at the same time. That's not what I'm
Oh
saying.
shoot! Right. Exactly.
That's not what I'm saying.
Exactly. I
Wow,
love
that's
I
such a
love that.
powerful answer because and you're vulnerable right now by saying the fact that you're open to, hey, like I
I
want
think
to
I
have a
blushed.
family. You
I
know?
know.
And,
I
but
think
it's
I
okay.
did too. I think I did too.
You're not dating anymore.
Oh, yeah,
But-
sorry. Damn. I'm like, oh.
But you know,
I was like, I was
He's
feeling
like,
it.
no, wait, let me keep my family
Yeah,
very
yeah.
safe.
there's the wall right here.
Wow.
No, but I love how you were vulnerable to it because a lot of people don't want to say the word, oh, I want to have a family because they're afraid of that vulnerability of saying like, well, oh, maybe. No, but the fact is a lot of people do want to have a family. I actually came blessed because I was married before and I have 2 kids,
Mhm.
which we are now raising together.
That's
Right.
beautiful.
And it is beautiful. It's also tough, by the way, to be honest.
Of course
Raising a
it's
child
tough.
is very difficult,
Mhm.
but there's beauty in it.
Yes.
There's beauty in that kind of poverty, so to say, you know,
Yes.
because there's so much more in store for you.
Right.
And now that's a different type of legacy. It's
Mhm.
not, it also could be seen
That's a
as
different
wealth,
type
too.
of wealth.
Oh my
Different
God.
type of wealth. It
Yes.
is.
Oh my God. This is so good.
So are you planning to continue producing movies? Is this just your first very big production or you're looking to do more productions?
I'm looking to do more productions,
Mhm.
and it's about writing a script and making it come to life.
Mhm.
There's magic in this.
Oh
It's
my
what I
God.
want to do in life. It's my passion in life.
Love it.
Before, it was everything was pen and paper
Yes.
numbers.
Mhm.
Is it high ROI? Does it make money? Is
Mhm.
it, we all know that the movie business, this industry, and the movies exactly are the ones that lose the most. So it's
Mhm.
not about high ROI. It's not about. It's my passion in life,
Wow.
and I want to do it.
And
The numbers will come from the other places.
Wow.
There you go.
And what she means by this, she was literally a mortgage lender, numbers, knows how to get return on investments, knows how to, at the end of the month, will get money from something that she put into.
Mm.
And in movies, sometimes you make a $30 million movie or $300 million movie
Right.
and you walk away with $150 million and you lose sometimes and huge losses and your name's on the line. And, you know, in mortgages, you might not close a loan and your name's not going to be like, this person's the worst
Right.
movie producer ever. But if you make a huge movie and it flops, it's almost like that could be.
Give me the
I actually
platform.
want to shout out your brand. Can you just talk about it a little bit for us? Exactly what is it?
My brand has its own factory,
Mm-hmm.
so the profit margin is very big because I produce it and then I sell it retail.
Mm-hmm.
But also there are other brands that make their own products in my factory,
oh, wow.
and that brings a very big
Oh,
income.
wow. Okay.
Great.
And sometimes one product you do goes viral. Do not underestimate social media.
Mhm.
And that makes so much money. One of the real estate I have is because of one product that went viral last summer.
Wow.
And I'm
Then so like is your brand like all over social media, TikTok, like and,
Yes.
and this is basically where it's growing. Is this where your brand is growing the most on TikTok?
TikTok definitely, and
Mm.
also Instagram. You never know
Mhm.
where the video goes viral, and then
Right.
that does get leads.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they pay so much money for marketing.
Right.
Views gets you to people going to your page. It gets you to people going to your brand. It gets you to people going to the website. It gets you to people buying.
Wow, that's
Fascinating.
amazing.
It's the
That's
circle of life.
amazing. Love that.
I love that.
There's so much information you're giving us to the audience. There has to be something, or maybe there's not, that inspired you. Maybe when you were a little girl, was it your mom? Was it your dad? Was it both of them? Or maybe it was just yourself. Maybe it was a celebrity. every time I ask this question, the answer is always different. Sometimes you would think, oh yeah, it was my parents, but sometimes it's a totally different answer. I kind of want to know yours. Was there somebody, a mentor, your parents that inspired you to be who you are today, 25 years old, this most amazing person ever?
My mom is a huge inspiration. My father and my mom used to do tiny bouquets to give in the house to give to restaurants, and now she ships containers, like 12 containers every 3 months.
Mm.
No way.
But I do have a consultant, and that person, all of the wisdom I have goes back to that person, and it's really investing your time, money,
Mm-hmm.
everything, youth,
Mm-hmm.
in people
Mhm.
around you that are good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only about, by the way, rich people, not, hang out with around wealthy people. Some wealthy people are very bad, and
Yeah.
some people that don't have wealth are also very bad, and
Right.
the opposite.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Invest your time in people that are good for you, not people that you feel better if you're around them, because even though they're mean to you, because it's just about the people around you. So definitely my mom had a huge influence. She's amazing. And I saw them going from poverty into wealth. I saw
Wow.
that with my own eyes.
Wow.
And it's
Beautiful.
also
Beautiful.
my consultant, and that
Mhm.
person I invested money, time, everything, and I listened to that person, and definitely goes to
Wow.
that.
Wow.
And the consultant, are you still with the consultant today?
Definitely.
Wow. That's so
Definitely.
amazing. Oh
Yeah,
my
that
God.
consultant is the reason
Wow.
behind everything.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a totally different answer that we've heard
I
after all the
learned.
shows, and that's beautiful.
You learn from people
Wow.
around you.
Wow.
Well, you definitely
Wow.
passed on such a great message. I mean, there's so many people that are trying to influence or trying to learn different things from absorbing data from these podcasts that we issue out to people to see. And we're going to be releasing these real soon. Is there any message or anything that you would love to say to anybody that perhaps you have inside that, for people to understand more about what you're about, or anything they can share for themselves?
Okay. If you have people around you, don't let your intention be negative towards them. Let's say you say something kind, but your intention is negative. Don't do that, because life will turn around. Not only, I'm going to repeat it.
Mhm.
If you have people around you, always make sure that their intentions towards you are good and your intentions towards them are good, because your life will not grow if your intentions were bad, or someone is not good for you, but you're staying around for power, money, because they're cool. I'm talking even about the cool kids at school.
Mhm.
Don't do that, because intentions are the first thing that drives our ideas, and our ideas create our life. As silly as this might sound to some of you, but I'm gonna imagine $1 billion. It didn't appear. This is not what I mean. But it's intentions. Have good intentions and make sure people around you have good intentions. That is very essential in life.
Wow, that's a powerful
Wow,
message.
that was so
and
amazing.
you know what?
So amazing.
If we had heard this message
Love that.
6 years ago, because something between the last 6 years, we went through that same moment of knowing people that they had power, they had greatness, but they weren't really good people. But we were sucked into that vacuum.
But look at Eli and Mike. They glow together because their intentions towards each other is so genuine. It affected me.
Oh my
It's-
God, thank you.
It made me be like,
That's it.
today so happy and
Yes.
positive and
Love
full of
that.
energy. And now they're growing together because the intention from the base is very positive.
Mhm.
I
Wow.
appreciate that.
Wow.
And you know what?
That was very
Honestly,
powerful.
That's
and
the biggest wealth they have.
Thank you so much. And the message was so powerful.
It
that
really
can,
was so
I mean,
powerful.
the youth,
Wow.
people in your older years, whatever it may be. I mean, again, we just learned that lesson that you just taught everybody probably months ago, literally months ago. So again, this is like a cheat code she just gave you guys that can make you the most amazing person ever just by having good intentions for others, but making sure those people have good intentions for you, because we had so many times where we knew that people's intentions weren't good for us, but because they were the cool kids, we stuck around.
Mhm.
But if we would have sat with you, a couple months back,
Oh, like
we would've-
Sandy said.
Yeah, Sandy said. So-
Your intentions are bad.
exactly.
Well,
Oh my
Sandy,
God, loves it.
we really appreciate you being on the podcast. Thank you so much
Thank you
for
for
being
having
here.
me.
And your energy is contagious. Trust me,
Yes,
all day I'm
it's
just going to
so
be smiling
amazing.
all the way home now.
Yes,
On
oh my
beautiful
God.
Beverly Hills, 2.5-hour
Right.
traffic on the way back home.
Right.
But you know
yes.
what? Thank you for being there. And guys, you guys got to follow her on social media. How else can anybody follow you?
Yes.
What other platforms do you have?
TikTok, YouTube, I just started and then I stopped and then I'm starting again.
Yay, we're excited.
You could from Instagram, you could branch out to everywhere else.
Love it.
Fantastic.
Love it.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh my God,
And thank
we
you
love
for
so
giving me the
much.
platform.
Oh, of
thank you for
course.
having
Oh
me.
my God, thank you.
And again, I'm loving the suits.
Oh my God, love your outfit too. It's everything,
you.
especially the shoes with the little lock. That was everything. We love you. Thank you for being here today. Appreciate you.
Well, Sandy, thank you so much. Guys, watch these reels when they come on next week. Much love. See you guys soon.